Hey there, I'm Tom, and we're going to make chicken chili. I haven't made this before proficiently, but I thought I would bring you along for the ride, and we'll do this together. Maybe we'll learn a little bit of something, but I thought in case it ends up turning out really good, maybe you'd want to follow along after the fact and make this for yourself, for you and your family to enjoy. Family and friends is always a good time around good food. So, Alton Brown, I am not. However, he sets up as a very good role model for shooting a video like this. So we'll kind of sort of give it a crack at doing something like that. Anyway, enough chatter. Let's get cooking. Today's vegetable content will consist of, got a line of jalapenos here picked from the backyard. Nice and fresh. A few of them were frozen. Some of them are not in such great shape. Once I get to dicing them up, breaking them down, I'll get a good look at what shape they're really in. So we've got some jalapenos for some heat and a little bit of flavor. Quite a few, about half a handful of garlic cloves and 4 serrano chili peppers. Should be interesting. We'll see exactly how the heat works out. 2 whole onions. And while we are digging into the heat, to prevent your loved ones and your eyeballs and your nostrils and other sensitive parts of your body from experiencing accidentally the heat that you will pick up from the peppers, I would absolutely recommend crucial disposable rubber gloves. Put these on, deal with the nasties, take the gloves off, and you're scrap-free for the rest of the day. Oh, and I forgot to mention, obviously, one very sharp knife. The most dangerous tool in the kitchen, as you may have heard before, is a dull knife. A sharp knife will do what you want when you ask it to do it. A dull knife will fight back and cause extra force to be applied to things, and that's when things slip and accidents happen and fingers get lost. So, let's check out the other ingredients. Alton would refer to the other stuff as the dry works, I guess. Let's look at the wet works. What we've got here are going to be some of the spices that I've pulled out of the cupboard. I'm not sure if I'm going to use everything, but I've got some cumin. You can't make chili without cumin. That's just obvious, that's a staple. I thought maybe some celery salt. We'll see how that's going to work in here. I've got some chipotle chili pepper. This I'm looking to get actually some smoke off of, not necessarily some of the heat. If I need to, if I want to, we've got some Frank's Red Hot Buffalo Wings sauce. That's a very good flavorful sauce. I absolutely love that stuff. We've got some Worcestershire sauce, some vinegar, maybe not, who knows. Some cheap red wine. That's good stuff for what you pay. It's only about $7 or $8 a bottle, and that will definitely go into the mix to get broken down and simmer for quite some time. I also use this when I make steak chili, and the two flavors go really well together, as well as Guinness. Putting a Guinness in with some steak chili is really good too. And some chicken stock, just in case I want to loosen things up later on down the road. And then for some sweetness to help counteract all the other stuff, we've got some brown sugar. Over on the red aisle here, the stack of red, I've got some crushed tomatoes. That'll help give the sauce some of its volume. The tomato paste, maybe, I'm not sure if I'm going to use it. It is a really strong tomato flavor, and I'm not necessarily going for tomato sauce here. I want a brownish, seasoned, flavorful chili kind of a sauce. Roasted red peppers. I've always wanted to, I used to roast my own, but honestly, it's a lot of trouble to go through and really get a good volume out of it. It's a lot of trouble. So I got these pre-packaged, and I will chop them up, and they will become part of the sauce as well. And then to additionally add some volume, we'll go with the kidney beans. So there you have it. Those are the ingredients. Oh, and obviously the largest crock pot that we own. It's cast iron, so it's going to hold its heat in very well as you toss ingredients in. However, it will also, it's got a anti-stick coating inside. So it's not necessarily good for seasoned food or whatever, you know, or seasoning food as it gets older and older. The nonstick is definitely good though. I prefer the cast iron just for the heat management, strictly, not necessarily for the flavor. The final ingredient, obviously with chicken chili, is chicken. Surprise! Now, with a big pile of chicken, I'm going to season it. I've decided I will be using, it's an awkward place. Oh, I'm going to be using a little bit of the chipotle chili, the cumin, and some freshly ground black pepper. So I'll start with that. Open the bottom up for a decent little fine grind. Maybe a little better. I have mixed peppercorns inside here, black, red, white, and I think maybe some green. It was a variable, kind of a mix and match container that I bought, and just refill this whenever it needs it. Okay. That's good for the pepper for now. And this doesn't have a sprinkle screen on it, so we'll just give it a light dusting. Don't want to overdo it. This stuff really has a strong presence when you use it, so a little goes a long way with this. And the cumin. What is chili without cumin? So we'll do the same thing here. Liberal amounts of this. No, I don't ever measure anything, in case you're wondering. So I have no idea what I put on. All I know is that it was good enough. Welcome back to the cutting board. Brew beer. Like I said before, you can't make chili and not drink beer. This is homebrew beer, actually. Having some folks over for dinner tonight. That's what the chili is being made for. And the gentleman that will be coming over tonight is the guy who got me into home brewing, more or less, hooked me up with a bunch of equipment, and this was my first batch of beer that we ever made together. So it's supposed to be like a Dos Equis style. It's pretty good. Anyway, onward we will go. So I will don the gloves of death once again. Dr. Demento death gloves. And I forgot to grab another knife. Grab another large knife. Give it a quick 1, 2, 7 across the diamond stick. We're good to go. Alright. Let us start with the onion. We'll take the onion and lop the end off. It goes in the trash. Lop the other end off of the onion. It goes in the trash. You stay there. All that goes in there. Take this puppy right down the middle. And then we're gonna look for, I'm doing 2 whole onions, so I honestly don't care if I lose the outer layer at all. It's not a bunch of real estate that anyone's gonna miss. These onions are quite green on the inside. That's, well, interesting to say the least. There we go. That one's off. Now, the easy way to do this, which way is it? This way? I think it's this way. Yes, this way. From your point of view, you're going to turn the end of the onion towards you, and you're just going to go almost to the very top of the onion. Stab straight down and pull back to you into skinny little strips. This is 1/2 of the super easy way to dice onions finely.